Hello again. You are very welcome to these videos of Lucidity, in which we are studying the understanding of the Shisen people, these about of the world surrounding them. I am Sensei Oscar, and I would like to continue with the work today with a study called Dashichiie. Which means Dashi means basis in the sense of foundation, of basis, and Chie means a big amount of soil, of ground, much soil, much ground. This study is about stability, about inner spiritual and material stability. In this study, the Oita, the wise men of the Sensei people, the older of them, alerted us about the importance, the necessity of the stability in our lives, and they used this kind of etymology because anthropologically it is you have to consider that in Japan is a land of earthquakes, and to have stability on the soil, and even because of the mere idea of what ground means, in order to construct anything in your life, you needed a based ground, a based and stable and big soil. So this is why they did use this name, because with this study they try to take us apart from fantasy, thought, from myth, thought, from arrogance, from this kind of out of limits movement of the mind, and to keep us on humility, on stability, on the idea of an inner equilibrated peace, and from that to build our lives. They alerted about some points that I would like to talk to you about. The first one was, in order to get some stability, in order to conduct your life with this kind of stability we're talking about, the first one was not to force your limits, or your condition, your energy beyond what are your own limitations, but not only yours, also those of the people surrounding you. Not trying to push yourself or people around you beyond limitations, because nothing good comes from it. Instability comes at a blink of an eye, and nothing can be constructed out of that. They insisted on the fact that if you are hungry, you just have to eat, and if you are exhausted, you have to rest, and you have to have this inner humility and inner peace to understand that, and not to go beyond limits, not to push anyone beyond limits, and just accept that you are human, and that this stability is just enough to construct anything you want. Nothing comes better because it is done faster. Actually, it is on the contrary, and to try to force things normally produces much worse results, and this is what the Oita try to make us understand with this study. You have to imagine that the Oita were the wise men, the older of them, and they normally try to give some advice to the younger Shisen. So normally the advice was around this kind of important topics in life. They did insist also about the importance of the ability to relax, to know how to relax on challenging situations, and how to recover your center, how to recover your equilibrium, your stability when you are facing challenging situations, you know, situations in life, when you lost your job, when you are facing an invasion of an enemy in that time, or the killing of some of your people, or some of your the other Shisen that were with you in that time. So when you are facing challenging situations, you have to know how to relax, how to look through things properly, stable, with stability, in a stable manner, and this is the point you need to construct everything, and it's the point to strategy and to make good decisions, which is probably the most important thing in a challenging situation. Apart from those 2 points, they insisted also in mental health, in a broad manner, in a broad understanding of the concept. And they insisted that solitude, depression, mental confusion, the inability to take decisions and to have a good vision and clear vision of things, was also related with this kind of importance of stability. And they insisted for younger people to always take care of their mental health, and to understand that this inner peace, this stability, this inner stability was of essence in order to construct anything. They had an interesting relation between mind, body and energy. They obviously thought that was not a dualistic conception, that everything was a whole, or everything integrated in one thing, and that they had influence on the other, and they were at the end of the day like two aspects of a very same thing. And related to that, they insisted also in the fact that when we feel insecure, when we start a strategy of self-defense, of inhibition, we have to be careful not to try to compensate this insecurity with arrogance and ignorance. We have talked a lot on arrogance and on ignorance, but on this point, on this study, they try to show the importance of inner mental stability, in order not to fall in arrogance, in ignorance, and to build a secure person, a secure soul on the inside. This was what they alerted on the study, but they also talked on the study about the kind of causes and solutions that were related to this stability. This study was about. The first thing they talked about in this sense was that normally we neglect spiritual nourishment, and the fact that we prefer to nourish our material side or material part, and this is quite an error, because superior grades of evolution, of existence, can't be feed out of material stuff. You cannot feed certain parts of what you are just with material things. It is impossible. Mind and conscience have their own organs, their own digestive organs. So they have to be fed properly in order to work. They also insisted on the fact that there is a close relation between causes and effects, and that in order to have stable conception of everything, a stable interior, you have to understand the laws underlying everything and the effects coming out from these laws. We were talking about that in last week's video, and we were talking about axis of conditions and wisdom, and how causes in this case would be like this axis of conditions, and wisdom would be to be conscious of, or to be conscious of the effects coming out from these laws. Finally, I would like to talk about a beautiful point they highlighted, which is how deaf souls, some souls are deaf to the forces that make them vibrate, and that make them expand and go beyond their own current situation, and that this is it is to fall in an inner silence of ignorance and fear. This comes out of a negation of our own weaknesses, and it's in fact to fall in an inner silence of ignorance and fear, and it is quite a sad thing, because your soul needs to expand, to go beyond. If you are watching this video, it's probably because you are feeling this kind of need of expansion. So, as I always recommend you on every video, I would like you to let your soul free, to have an understanding that there are some needs, some spiritual needs beyond your material needs, that in both of them that have to be fulfilled, and let your soul go beyond this low reality, these artificial atmospheres that are very common in nowadays world, and to start vibrating with authentic and real forces that make your soul vibrate and expand and go beyond your current world, your current vision. So go for it, enjoy it, and try to differentiate artificial atmospheres from real atmospheres, and authentic atmospheres, and bring some peaceful, humble inner peace and condition and stability, in order to really vibrate with everything surrounding you. So have a nice week. It's been a pleasure as always to have you here, and I would like to have you next week. Thank you very much.